What is the historical setting of the book of Revelation?
It's hard to be dogmatic about the precise date for the book of Revelation. Obviously, because it's the last book in the Bible, it's tempting to think it's probably the last thing that was written, but it's not necessarily the case. I guess we have to ask a question, is it before or after AD 70, the great fall of Jerusalem? And the death of the Emperor Nero in AD 68 is also a key event in that first century. Also, there are some allusions to the fall of Jerusalem. It's difficult to know how to interpret some passages, for example, in Revelation 11, which talk about the city under judgment. But my hunch is that these probably are making a reference to the fall of Jerusalem, which Jesus had predicted, and that Revelation in some ways is a kind of recasting of Jesus' prophecy about the apocalyptic discourse, and is saying, now that which I have predicted, well, now it still has application into the future, because even though Jerusalem has been destroyed, the big end of the world is still to come. And I think it's a reworking of Jesus' prophecy concerning the fall of Jerusalem. So my hunch is that it's after 70. What's unclear also is whether or not the people who receive this are already experiencing a very strong persecution, or whether it's more a warning that they're about to. And so that affects the dating. It may be a little bit earlier, and some of the Domitianic persecution in the 90s was still to come, and therefore it's not described after the event, it's been described before the event. So if you ask me exactly, I'd go for the early 80s AD.